Welcome back to the next edition of Epic View. And today with us, pretty lucky, I have our both of our high school assistant principals, our high school principal, and our secondary specialists. And we're going to talk a little bit about our high school. But before we do that, we have to start light. And I'd like each of you to tell us an interesting fact about yourself that maybe the kids in the community would like to know.
Well, this summer, I actually took a bicycle ride from Lake Erie to the Ohio River. It took me 3 days.
Wow.
And it was fun. I didn't actually have any accidents until after I accomplished my goal. I ran into a garbage can in downtown Cincinnati.
Were you okay?
Yeah, a little bruise. But
The ego and your body? Okay.
And my bike is still rideable, so I'm good.
Good.
I'm very good. It was exciting. It was epic.
So, Ms. Cook, what about you?
I would say some students know this and some do not. I enjoy my winter on the slopes. So I'm looking forward to grabbing about 100 high school students and heading down to Perfect North and skiing and snowboarding with them.
Yeah, how often do you take our kids down? I know you still had that club up.
We go once a week starting in January, and we do that for 6 weeks.
Wow, cool.
We have a great time.
Wow. All right. Mr. Berger, what about you?
Well, when I was in college and during college and a few years after, I used to travel the Midwest and play lots of ultimate frisbee at the college and club level, and it was a lot of fun. It's very competitive. I'd love to keep doing it, but the arm injuries are preventing me from that. So.
Now, you're a sports person. You were actually a head football coach in your career, correct?
Yes, before I got into administration, I was a head football coach at West Carrollton High School for 3 years.
Wow, neat. All right, Mr. Martin, tell us an interesting fact about yourself.
Well, I have a couple facts.
That's what I was afraid of.
The first would be that my dad was my high school principal.
No kidding.
Yes, which was good and bad.
Mm-hmm.
So it had some positives to it. Also, there were some negative aspects to him being in the same building. But a lot of times that relied on my decision making. So, but it was overall was a great experience.
What I would like to talk a little bit about is when we think of our high school, what makes our high school epic, in your opinion? And just whomever would like to answer first.
I believe high expectations. I believe that our teachers have high expectations of our students. I believe parents have high expectations of their children. I believe that the community has high expectations for the high school as a whole. And I think most of our students have high expectations for themselves. What they want to achieve, many of them have set their goals at a young age as freshmen and sophomores and really are looking quickly into the future as what they want to accomplish.
I think just to piggyback off of that, is performance. With expectations, ultimately what follows is how kids perform, staff, kids, as well as athletics. I think all those things, everyone always strives for the excellence, and that would be very epic because you have the expectations as well as the performance.
I think to piggyback on both of them, something that we've always continued to strive to implement is challenging courses with rigor, and also courses that kids are interested in that are going to prepare them for the next level, whether it be college or career. When you talk about expectations, we currently have 19 AP courses and 19 honors courses in our course of study that our students are currently taking. So we are really working to stretch them as learners, to challenge them academically, and to prepare them for that next level. We also are in our second year of our Project Lead the Way, which is our engineering courses. So that right there is covering our career readiness and allowing students to experience engineering levels of courses to really see if that's something of a true interest for them as they think about the future. So when you talk about expectations and you talk about engaging students and preparing them, that's what we're trying to do as far as our course of studies is concerned.
Wow.
In addition, with college and career readiness, we have looked at beefing up our business program. So we're excited to be offering economics at the AP level as well as accounting too, and an intro to personal finance course that all of our students are taking. So that is one area that we've worked very hard to try to increase our rigor and relevance as far as college and career readiness. So we're excited about those programs. And we also have extended the Project Lead the Way into the junior high school, which is very exciting, seeing those students get prepared to be able to enter the program at the high school level and build upon what they're learning at the junior high level.
And I know over the past couple of years, and both of you touched on that a little bit, I always, with community members, a lot of times we don't talk about with how are we investing their tax dollars to run the schools and prepare kids for college and careers once they're outside of school. Let's talk a little bit about what have you increased over the past 2 or 3 years. I know you've been in your position 3 years and this is your second. So there's been a lot of expansion at the high school to give kids more opportunities. And you both discuss a lot of those, but our viewers don't realize basically the hard work that you, the counselors, and the teachers have put into this. What are some things that you've expanded and added more to really prepare kids for the next level?
When it comes to the arts, we're very proud that we have AP courses as well as theory courses in the music area. We have an AP music course that our students can take that are interested in a college major in music. We also have 2 AP courses within the art area that we're very pleased to be able to offer our students. So we're not just within the core academic areas that we're stretching our students, but also through the arts. And that's very exciting to see students be able to create music via the computer as well as through their instruments and their vocals. And also to be able to see the work that our students are producing within the art area. I saw Mr. Burwald about 10 minutes ago in the hallway, and I had told him how thankful we were that the art is displayed in the hallways for our community to see. So I'd encourage you, if you have a couple moments and you're in the building, to stroll through and check out that artwork for our students.
You know, I also think we have increased, our offerings as far as we have now went to a co-teaching atmosphere with our AP government course. So what that means is our AP government course is now taught in our large group instruction room, the LGI at the high school. So we have 2 teachers with a class of about 65 to 70 students. So it presents a college-like atmosphere academically. And so I think we continue to tweak and implement different aspects that we feel is going to better prepare our students for that next level.
Well, and I know a lot of times when we talk about AP classes and certain music classes, people think, well, why do they need all those things? Is that just costing us more money? And in reality, when you have 2,000 kids, it's the largest high school ever in Springboro's history, correct?
Correct.
When you have this many kids, it's really not more teachers to add these courses. It's just we are making a conscious choice to challenge, going down the Epic road, to challenge our kids more by offering tougher classes for the teachers that are there. So technically, we probably could make high school a whole lot easier, and it wouldn't save us any money, but it doesn't cost us any more to add some of these advanced classes we have. It's a choice to challenge our kids. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely.
Yes.
And that's why I think a lot of times people will feel, well, why do they have all those AP courses? Is it up to the high school to be able to do that? Well, we have to have teachers for kids regardless. And our classroom sizes are already probably averaging, 27? We have some large classes. I know that's over 35, 70 would be 35 a teacher.
Right.
So we have some large classes. So I appreciate the way that all of you are really ramping things up to challenge our kids so that while they're in session, the only choices they have really is the rigor to be able to be prepared for the next level. And I think that's the expectation of Springboro being the 8th wealthiest community. They didn't get there without having people who are extremely successful. And it's nice to know for all the taxpayers out there that we're preparing kids to follow right in their footsteps so they can do the same with their families. In addition to the academics, I know all of you are very conscious about safety. And this year, you both learned the hard way when you have an idea that I'll just give you the assignment. So we were in a meeting, and I don't know if the 2 of you were there, but they talked about, our code of conduct really needs revamped. And I said, well, with all the experience the 2 of you have, I think it'd be great if you did that. So you want to talk a little bit about that enjoyable experience and
Sure.
opportunity to excel more about revamping our code of conduct?
Well, last year was Mr. Meyer and I's first year together, and through working together and dealing with situations and looking at the code of conduct, we both kind of agreed that it was somewhat outdated and it hadn't been reviewed in a while and really needed some revisions. So anytime you do something like that, you want to look at your resources, and we tapped into some other schools and looked at their code of conducts and really just started the process and involved building level leadership, involved parents, district level leadership, all the administrators in the district, and got lots of feedback on what their thoughts were. I'll let Mr. Myers chime
And I
in.
think what we found as we reviewed the code of conduct is really, it was wordy, it was hard for parents to truly grasp and understand. At times it was vague and not able to be applied, and some of the language needed to be tightened up. And as we went through other schools' codes of conduct, and as we looked at what issues that we had at the high school, we really strove to make sure that that was clean, condensed, concise. In fact, we went from 54 rules to 39, and we're very proud of that because there were, in some cases, there were some redundancies, and those didn't need to be there.
Well, one thing I appreciate about the high school this year, and I'm really going to gear this question towards you, Mr. Martin, is when I walk through the high school, the kids are so friendly. And with 1,850 kids, I think 1,848 to be exact, of kids we have in session now, and over the next 2 years, we'll probably get another 250 because our 7th and 8th grade classes are the largest ever. They're so friendly. What is it that you gentlemen are doing to make such an enjoyable, friendly high school for kids?
First and foremost, it's the expectations, and it's that the students know and understand that we do care about them. We're in the hallways, we make frequent visits, and we're in the lunchroom, so we work really, really hard to get to know the students, which develops that relationship to where they are a little bit more relaxed. It does create an environment that is conducive. I think for the most part, a lot of students maybe wouldn't admit this, but I think for the most part, they do enjoy being at the high school. And I think it comes back to the relationships that they have built with staff, with counselors, administration, and also all the extracurricular activities we have to offer. We have a ton of extracurricular activities outside of school that our students participate in, and more so than just sports. We have the Interact Club, we have had a chess club, our Jakawa newspaper, so we have a lot of different avenues for students to be plugged in, and that also gets them excited about being at school, and it gets them excited during the school day. They have a lot to look forward to as the day progresses on. So I think that's kind of really what we have strived to do, is just with that relationship piece, is maintaining high expectations, but yet getting to know the students as students, and allowing them to get to know us as people as well.
Yeah. Well, and I want to let you guys know, I really appreciate, what people don't realize is any athletic event we have, one of you has to be there. Typically all of you are, especially when they're at home. So a 70-hour week is probably a norm this time of the year for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And you're always there, you're always having fun, and more importantly, you're making sure the kids are safe. So I want to thank you for that, and thank you, Mrs. Cook, as well. I know you're there to work with the counselors and administration and bring in new activities into the building, and right now it's working out very well for our high school. I think one of our goals that I talk with you about is increasing the scholarships, and this year we're going to have a parent toolkit, probably to be released in February or March, that will give parents tips on how to go and seek out scholarships, and then in return report those scholarships as well, so that we can celebrate the success of all of our students. So once again, I'd like to thank all of you, and until next time, we hope you enjoy the Epic View here in Springboro. We'll see you soon.